You know, it's taken a long time. Drum roll, please, people. You know what's finally arrived?
Real men shave. Real men shave their faces. Real men shave their faces.
Yep, my Oneblade Core. Now I've already got the blade sitting in it, but it's easy. Just let me show you side on. Lift it up to the top, slide it out. Pop it in. Right? If you're hitting a thing, remember everything inside this is polymer / plastic. So what you need to do is any resistance, and you hear that click, it clicks into place and has about the same blade gap, blade feel as its big brother. So now they've fixed it. The Oneblade Core, let's call it the version 1.1, that's now the one to have. Now, Rick, my favourite podcaster of Brush, Soap and Blade, listen to you, Rick, every week on that you post a podcast, and I miss it when you don't, and I share it on Real Men Shave because I think it's a great product you're doing. Great service to the community. I personally enjoy it. Anyway, if you don't already know about it, that's his URL, is Brush, Soap and Blade. It's a podcast. He's got a problem with his one blade, okay? Now, what's the solution? Rick, send it back. Swap it for a new one. If you're not getting a fantastic shave, it's because there was, let me tell you the story as quickly as I can. When they started producing the Oneblade Core, they came across a production issue very quickly. They didn't know it until they sent it out, and that was some of the stamping equipment was wrong. It wasn't stamping correctly. Now, it so happens, they launch it, they discover the problem, it's a friggin' public holiday in the United States. So they got to wait until there's actually a human in the factory to stop production. By which time they've already sent out thousands of blood. Now, roughly speaking, about 2 in every 100 was screwy. Maybe, let's just say there might have been as many as 4 in 100 that were not quite right. Now, if you're one of those ones with one of the ones that's not quite right, send it back. The easiest way to tell is the new ones on the back have no marks from where they were broken off from the mold. Okay, so that's a sign that you've got one of the new ones. Fit finish on this is tickety bloody boo. Okay, go and use some of their shaving cream. A few dobs on my brush. Add some water into the bowl for broth, froth and lather. Now Rick, what you need to do is send it back. Don't persevere with a bad shave. The company is more than willing to replace the original cores with a new one. Send it back, send it back, send it back, swap it for a new one. Now, you want to hear something absolutely brilliant, and I've been suggesting to them. They haven't yet formalised it, so at the moment it's a case of emailing them. But if you've purchased a core, any core, and at some stage you decide to upgrade to its big brother, the Genesis, they'll give you credit off your new razor to the value of what you spent on your Oneblade Core. Now, I think this is brilliant. I've been begging them to do it. At the moment, they're only doing it via an email correspondence between core owners and themselves. I'd love them to have a better process. I don't know, a serial number, something you could type in as a core owner that automatically got you, say a $50 discount on its big brother. And you want to hear the bonus? Unlike getting the new core razor, right, you actually get to keep, you're not swapping a core for the Genesis. You get to keep your core, so now you've got a travel razor, basically for free, if you consider buying the Genesis free, which it isn't. But yeah, so you get 2 razors. You get the benefit of the intro Genesis. Look at the shaving cream whipped up on this. This is not much, and froth, broth and lather. I've got a bowl. I've got enough there to shave about 5 people. Okay, so this is actually my second shave. I tell you what I have been doing in between shaves. And what happened was on my first shave, I thought I recorded it. Turned out, thought fucking then he died, I didn't record it. Oh, life is full of froth and bubble. 2 things stand like stone. Can't remember what those 2 things were. I tell you what I knew. As soon as I grabbed this razor and I put a blade in, remember the last time I couldn't even get the blade in mine. As soon as I did, and I did this. Now I just got faith. I just sit it against my face and start sliding. And for those of you that go, short strokes works better, look at this. I'm just trusting the head to find the angle on my face and stroke off my hairs. Right, I'm not worrying about angle. And by the way, I originally said, can't you use a lighter spring? And they said, no, Steve, the spring's right. And, well, in this case, absolutely. Now look at those long strokes from top to bottom of my face. Now, yes, I've still got hair on my face, but that was with the grain. So next one will be against the grain. And the only pre-shave was a shower before I got started. So here we go, second pass. By the way, this is very close to its big brother for shaving. Rick, go get the new one. Swap it. Contact them, post it back, get the new one. Then, after you got the new one, and assuming you got the new one, and you're still not happy, send it back until you get one that you like. The fact is, until you get one you like, they will keep sending you razors. Now, against the grain, single pass, like I said, lay it against your face, let the pivot work, and as I said, they told me I had it wrong. It didn't need a lighter pivot, even though it's a lighter head than its big brother. And I got to agree. Now, some people don't seem to get, you place it against your skin like that, and you drag it. You let the pivot find the angle. Amazing residual slickness. These guys really have a fantastic shaving cream. I've asked them to go start producing bigger containers of it. Okay, 2 passes and exactly the same spots in exactly the same direction as every other razor for BBS. Now that's socially acceptable the way it is. I want BBS. So for BBS, this is where I'll start using shorter strokes and buffering. For me, just got to get the angle against the grain. Yeah. Now here's where I will buffer. Again, I'm not worrying. I'm actually not pressing that hard, so I am getting a slightly more aggressive shave because I'm not pushing it against my face and dragging it like I was. Now I'm just laying the edge against my face for that fraction extra. Now, if you're not getting BBS out of this razor, send it back until you get one that does. Because I'm telling you, this razor is capable of BBS. And strokes that I find very hard to do, which for me is underneath here. I'm just buffering for the last bit. Now buffering, I don't press it hard against my face, I just rest the edge. And like I said, that's just getting down that residual hair. Right, wow, that's fantastic. They say short strokes. At the very end, absolutely. When I was buffering to get BBS in all the right spots, absolutely BBS. Now, is it the world's best razor? It's big brother. I know it costs. And look, I would recommend to anybody to buy the Core now. I think it's the perfect Christmas present. If you're not happy, swap it till you get a good one. And once you nail the shave, and that balm has got seaweed in it, and every time I wet my face during the day, it turns back into a little bit of surface glide. But wow, it's really good for, the other day I screwed up, you remember, do as I say, don't do as I do, and I overdid this area here. And man, it just kept, I didn't really cut it, but it looked like I did, because it kept getting blood really close, scabby on the surface. And I use this stuff to help heal it. Wow. That and alum worked a treat together. Now that stopped me from having a bad day because I would have given myself some serious razor burn otherwise. So, Christmas present, get yourself a Oneblade. Okay, Oneblade Core. They now get the Steve's tick to purchase. They've nailed the production process. You're getting a good razor. If you're not getting BBS, send back your Core and get another one until you get BBS. As I said, I do long strokes trusting the pivot, right, against the face, and the only time I do short strokes is when I'm buffering at the end, and I don't press it hard against the face for buffering. I actually just trust There's enough blade exposure there. When I'm buffering, I just touch the edge against the face, and I get that extra aggressiveness. It's only a fraction that's required to give me BBS. Fantastic face feel, great razor. Buy it. If you're not happy, swap it for another one. Then save up for its big brother, and I will do a shave comparison, Genesis versus the Core. Sorry. With the Core, same blade, so your investment in blades is carried over. You'll get credit back on this one, which basically means you get to keep this one for nothing, so now you've got a travel razor, and maybe next Christmas you buy yourself one of these. I think this is the best razor, particularly for these feather blades. They are just incredible. Not complain at all. Take your blade out, lift, slide out. Okay, so it's come. And when I'm done, I just go and give it a little clean and place it away from my sink so for longevity. Now, I have to agree with Rick. I have been unable with anything I've got, from strops to those razor rats and everything. Nothing has made this better, so just clean it, put it aside, use it again. Once you got a few shaves on it, it can be as little as 2 or 3 or 6 to 10. I usually get closer to 10 now, but because I stopped stropping the edge, but I do keep it clean so I don't get rust. Rust ruins the sharp edge fast. So I'll place that away. Place this on its little stand. And there you go, Oneblade Core. Is it worth buying? At its current price point, absolutely. If you don't love it, right, and it's within the return date, return it and get your money back. If you get one and you don't love it, could be, and this is going to be the case of some trades, is you'll be getting people who are just too lazy to send it back themselves. Get the credit back in a year, keep your fantastic Core as a travel razor, get the Oneblade Genesis somewhere down the line, something to save for. This really is an intergenerational razor. I think this one will last you years. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, wishing you all the best of shaves. Remember, good food, good friends, good shaves, and man, well, it's nice to be important. It's far more important to not collect every razor under the sun. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, ignoring my own advice. Good shaves and goodbye.
Bearded man, you think that you're so cool, but your face looks like a small marsupial.
By the way, there will be a follow-up. Oneblade Core versus the Oneblade Genesis. Is there anything about the Genesis that actually makes it worth going straight off the hop? I'm Stevie Daily Shaver. By the way, links for the Oneblade and their best offer on the Core will be down in the comment section. Can't say fairer than that. I don't get paid for it. This is all free. Free advice to my fellow brother wet shavers. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, wishing you the best of shaves, good shaves, and go away.